DeLeone and Ryan Roberts here at the NFL Combine. Best pod available here, bringing you all the major headlines here for the 2026 NFL Draft. One of the earliest, biggest headlines for a prospect is related to a guy who's not participating in drills. We haven't even had the drills start yet, and we're already talking about Jordyn Tyson, who medically is going to be impacted with his availability. This is a guy who's got an injury history through multiple years in his career, and I personally was at least hoping to see what he could do out there, prove himself, remind everybody that he arguably is the best receiver in the class. But the injury history is going to keep him off the field, and I think that it really is going to impact, maybe it sounds hyperbolic, makes him one of the biggest losers already.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it already, Joe. I think there's a world where we still feel okay about the long-term outlook for Jordyn Tyson and the injuries after the week, but when you kind of put this all stacking on top of one another in terms of the 2022 knee issue, the knee injury that cost him a year and a half. You talk about his collarbone in 2024. You talk about the hamstring issue in 2025. He's got a long bill of just a really troubling injury history. And when you kind of couple that together with the fact that he's had now some time, several weeks, couple months to be able to prepare for this, potentially to run and jump and to amaze and to kind of clear the air of that availability and that durability concern. The fact that he is not going to be able to participate in any capacity in Indianapolis with that hamstring ailment, which tends to come back, how could you not feel a little bit troubling about this outcome right now?
Well, I think it has less to do with me for like his recovery from the problem that shortened his season this year, and just more continues to feed the narrative that he's injury prone. And look, I had a discussion yesterday about Tyson and talking about, like he's arguably the best receiver in this class, but other guys are going to pass him up because availability is the most important thing. You can have an otherworldly player who keeps stacking injuries. It is going to shorten a career. It's going to prevent his impact from being out there. If you can't play a guy, you can't play a guy. So I think that the fact that, like, remove any other analysis, injury analysis, remove all of that. The fact that we're sitting here talking about this, and NFL teams are absolutely sitting there talking about this, and we don't get to see him because of an injury that is held him off the field for this long, it just continues to feed into that worry that he might have the same problems once he gets to the NFL.
I mean, he had a great opportunity this week, right? Like, the battle for wide receiver one is still open, even though I think most people would say that Carnell Tate from Ohio State has the easiest path and the clearest path, which is why I ultimately do think that he will be the first wide receiver off the board in April. But Tyson's film is to the level that you look at and say, if I can guarantee a clear bill of health, that he could be in contention to be that first wide receiver off the board. And then obviously the conversation around Mekhi Lemon and his height, weight, speed, or lack thereof height, weight, speed. There was going to be a battle here, and there was assumed to be a battle for wide receiver one, but we're going to see Carnell Tate more than likely in action this week. We are not going to see Jordyn Tyson, and if Carnell Tate has a good showing, if Mekhi Lemon looks good on the field, then we could be coming out of this combine and saying, is Jordyn Tyson wide receiver 3 in this class when all is said and done?
Well, and I think that the other simple layer to this that's separate from what I just brought up here, you do have this battle going on, a three-way battle for who's the best wide receiver, and you also missed a lot of time for him this year to see him like on the field. Now, he had a couple of great games. This was an easy opportunity for him. Like, forget like dispelling any of the concerns. Just a good opportunity for him to go out there and show how he stacked up. It isn't an end-all if you perform well at the NFL Combine or were theoretically to perform poorly, but the fact that the other guys get to build some momentum and really stick in the minds of NFL teams that are making decisions on what receivers they want to go with, they're going to go with the known commodity. It all keeps coming back to the same stuff, that this process really is driven in a way by some sort of recency bias, as much as people tend to scoff at that, and it's always like a common thing that you and I,
but it's true.
Like, we'll get comments like, oh, the Senior Bowl's, you're overvaluing and overreacting to the Senior Bowl, you're overreacting to the Combine. We humans have recency bias. Let's stop acting like that's not like a real thing that happens. It's one of my biggest pet peeves that people shut down that this is meaningless. There is still meaning to the whole damn process. So
we wouldn't do the process if it didn't matter.
Yeah, we'd be all at home. We'd all be at home right now.
And what is the Combine? We talk about this all the time. This whole process from All-Star game circuits to combine to pro day to 30 visits, it's all a verification process. You're trying to verify not only the player, but the person behind the scenes as well. And in this type of setting, he has a chance to verify that he is a really smart football guy, and he has a chance to verify that he is a really good person. I'm sure he is. Mm-hmm. But the verification that he needed was that he is healthy, that he could be on the field, and that he can showcase that, hey, those are a concern, but I'm healthy now, and I'm here to show you that I have the clean bill of health, not only for the short term, but then my long-term medicals are going to check out as well. The long-term might end up looking fine, but I do think when we're talking about a guy that has a clear durability issue over the years, the fact that it popped up again, and he's having trouble getting back from a hamstring issue that happened a while ago now, I do think that is extremely concerning. If anybody that isn't concerned, I think you're a little underselling the durability feedback and background that this guy has.
Like, subscribe. We'll be back. We got more coming at the NFL Combine.